Ready. Play.
Hey Mario, what did you think of that intro?
my dog is sleeping.
Oh, okay. Well, you never know. Maybe
Yeah.
your dog will be woken by our tennis discussion today. Listen, we've been 2 or 3 days, so we've missed out on a bit. I just want to say somebody predicted the United States to win the United Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe now looking back on the United Cup, it's kind of obvious that they won because of the strength in depth. But before the tournament began, I think Spain were many people's tip. Poland, perhaps even Greece and Italy were on the radar. But in the end, it was pretty comfortable for the US, right?
Yeah, even because at the beginning, it's still ahead of the new season, so probably there was a little bit of doubt about what kind of form the US players could have had. But definitely they had no issues. Even, for example, I'm thinking about the first match Pegula lost against Petra Kvitova in her first match of the season. But after that, she's been probably the best one given the victory against Iga Swiatek. But yeah, no. Not only Pegula played a great tournament because I'm watching on the screen Fritz. Yeah, definitely he has incredibly improved how playing in the important moments. For example, I've been impressed against both Urkac and Berrettini because there have been some very very crucial moments for tiebreaks, but Fritz has not lost a single shot in the important moments, and his confidence is high. Yeah, so even I'm thinking about Tiafoe and Keys. They were number 2 in their team, but they behaved very well on the tennis court, and so when all them four were in form, and so no chance for the others. Yeah, for top 20 players, Keys number 10 in the world now, and just number 2 in their team. So yeah, they had not need the doubles during the whole competition. So that tells a lot.
Thank you very much, Ghosty, for your super chat. It's much appreciated. Yeah, maybe Dominic, you might be right. Could be the year of Taylor Fritz. I certainly think. I think I'll be very disappointed and very surprised if Fritz doesn't end the year in the top 10 and appear at the end of year finals once again in Turin. And I think I might even be surprised if he doesn't make a slam final. Wimbledon may be there for him, but also the 2 hard court ones as well. There were some matches, I think, and interesting ones, if you like, some interesting results between 4 or 5 of the men. I think, hi, Ashley, as well. Nice to have you on board today. Make sure you hit that like button, by the way, if you have just tuned in. And if you are completely new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Yeah, I just want to highlight some results that caught my eye. I think Cam Norrie is somebody from the whole tournament who we can have a big tick for. Let's put him in the positive box. I would probably put Rafa Nadal, obviously losing 2 matches in the thumbs down box. But Cam Norrie is perhaps, with a very kind draw, capable of getting to the semi-finals or further in Melbourne. Everybody needs to be in the opposite half to Novak Djokovic to say to themselves, I have a chance of making the Australian Open final. Go on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say that probably. Speaking about the level, the tennis level showed. Probably Cameron Norrie has been the best player of the World United Cup, because he played a very important match also against Taylor Fritz, winning. I'm thinking about 6-4 in the third, or 7-5. But yeah, also. I know that Rafa lost both matches, but I remember that we were doing the live show, and Norrie played very good, also tactically. Yeah, so I think that he can be. He definitely is one of the players to watch in the Australian Open, and so why not? I'm also interested to see the draw, because then we can try to make some kind of prediction. And yeah, and then I think that even if he ended losing his two matches, we can make Matteo Berrettini in the positive things, as regards the men's side, and Tsitsipas as well, I think.
Yes, I agree. Tsitsipas is somebody else with a big tick by their name, and a big positive, I think, can be taken from his results at the United Cup. Berrettini, a bit of both. I think the win over Casper Ruud, very good for Berrettini. But of course, he did lose to Tsitsipas, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was very close.
Very close,
I
yeah.
actually think that probably his worst match, even if he didn't play bad against Fritz in the final, probably, because against Tsitsipas he played a very good match. Yeah, then it was close, and Tsitsipas, we know that probably is he's a shot to become number one in the world after the Australian Open. So nothing more to say about. I think that he's a positive of the United Cup, also because there was a little bit of uncertainty about his condition, and so even if he won some matches and lost some matches, at least we've seen that he's in form, and he's able to show good tennis.
Yeah, I guess he's in the positive box, because also he only played 6 tournaments all of last year, by the way, Berrettini, pretty much throughout, because of injury, but of course also COVID got him at Wimbledon. So he's sort of still feeling his way back in, and perhaps over 5 sets, that match against Tsitsipas he could have won. But Tsitsipas, big positive because of wins as well, the nature of the wins. That was don't forget, I know it's a while ago, he had a really tough match against Dimitrov. Wait, Dimitrov. But then Coric, I think that was a big win against Coric, right?
Yeah, no, I was thinking Coric for the head-to-head things, because against Dimitrov he's always been. I don't want to say comfortably, but he beat Dimitrov sometimes. But against Coric, he had two very tough losses last year. Also, I'm thinking about the big final in Cincinnati. A great chance also for Tsitsipas to make his first hardcourt Masters. And yeah, so it was definitely a good win, also because
quite painfully in New York a couple of years ago, having had match points.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah. And he was down a break in the third set against Coric. So yeah, I think that some very important matches, also because some very close ones, and he's been able to do things well, I have to say. So I think that he has a chance. Even I'm thinking that he's gonna be third seed number 3. So he avoids Novak Djokovic till the final.
Yes, he will.
Because Djokovic is 4 and Tsitsipas is 3. So and so why not? Probably they are the two main favorites. Probably Tsitsipas number 2. I don't know. But I still think that if Tsitsipas plays some good tennis, he has all the quality to be able to be a big threat in every tournament, also in a Grand Slam like the Australian Open. Don't forget, he's reached the semifinals three times. Never been in the final, but definitely he finds himself well in that tournament.
Much better than New York. The reason why I added the reason I added the result against Dimitrov was that it's just that he had 3 really close matches and he won them all, which I think is a good sign, to win 3 tight 3-setters. But I think you're absolutely right. The head-to-head against Coric makes that win more significant than the Dimitrov one. But it was also obviously, it was a tight match, I think, against Berrettini, I think it was, when he won 3 sets. So and that's 3 really good wins, against top players. My only concern with Tsitsipas really is the dynamic against Djokovic. The head-to-head there, I don't think he's won a single match. Most of them have been pretty comfortable for Djokovic, with the exception, of course, of Roland Garros a couple of years ago, but also their recent meeting in Paris-Bercy. But then he won comfortably again in Turin. So, whereas I do wonder if Taylor Fritz may ask 1 or 2 more questions of Djokovic. So, although I think Tsitsipas may be ahead of Fritz, it's the question we've got on the screen right now from Ghosty. If it's Fritz against Djokovic, maybe in the quarterfinals or the semifinals, maybe Fritz has a better chance than Tsitsipas. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, given the head-to-head, it's basically the same. I think that Fritz has never beaten Novak. Taylor has not been the same player as now. It's quite difficult because probably I think that Taylor Fritz in this moment, he has like some mental strength to be able to be different, as for example in Wimbledon against Nadal. I think that probably that match was part of the process, and I think that Taylor Fritz, in a similar situation, I think today he's gonna do much better than in that previous case.
Yeah, and by the way, a result that probably went under the radar was Pegula losing to Kvitova. It's kind of forgotten about because of what happened. I think it was Thursday night, if I remember rightly, or Thursday night here in Europe, probably Thursday afternoon or evening in the States, and sometime on Friday down under, with her winning against Swiatek. What did you think of the win against Swiatek? Can we read too much in that? Should we still make Swiatek the favorite for Melbourne? Do we think Pegula's the favorite? Do we think Pegula's got a good chance? What do we take from that result?
First of all, I want to say that tonight Kvitova is beaten in straight set, also Rybakina, and so she's really in form. Then I think that it's a loss. I think that you can lose against the number 3 tennis player in the world, and it's also quite good to see that someone in some days, in some kind of conditions, is able to beat Swiatek. I don't know if I don't want to say that I'm happy if Swiatek lose, but for the competition, Pegula had lost her last 4 meetings against Iga Swiatek. So seeing a player like Pegula to be able to overcome her limits and playing some incredible tennis on return. She's been really amazing, and I watching watching Pegula's tennis because she hit the ball so clearly. I enjoy a lot, but I think that it's not a dangerous defeat for Iga Swiatek. I think she still is the main favorite for the Australian Open, because it can happen to have a bad day. She had to travel while Pegula was playing in the same venue. She played the group stage and the city final, so no traveling for her. We saw, for example, Maria Sakkari having a bad day at the office in the semi-finals because Trevisan played really well, but we mustn't forget that that she had to fly from one side of Australia to another. So I think that probably the players, especially the women, that the number one women players, because they were playing on the first day of the semifinals, and so probably this could have been an obstacle for both of them. I think that nothing to worry about Swiatek. The only thing probably in some kind of days with that first serve, she must be more. She has to use this weapon more. I think Pegula made a statement on return, and probably that's something to learn, because at 21 you still have a lot to learn. Just think about a lot of other great champions who always rebuilt their tennis and add new things. But I think that it can be normal to lose sometimes. So
I'm going to put Zverev in my thumbs down. You could say thumb like this, but I'm going to go thumbs down slightly on Zverev. I just think that we saw some things in the exhibitions at the end of December where we thought, okay, maybe he's going to have a good United Cup, but he didn't win a match. He also lost to Lehetska. He lost to Fritz, but I also think the nature of the defeat to Fritz didn't really get out of first gear. So maybe just in terms of our optimism for Zverev, it's a step back, perhaps. I'm not expecting big things from him in Melbourne anyway. You know, I think anything beyond the third round, I think for Zverev would be a step forward. And who knows, maybe even further. The talent is definitely there. Sakkari is someone you touched upon. I'm going sort of thumbs up on Sakkari. Listen, compared to where she probably was in post US Open, when she'd gone out pretty early in most of the majors last year, and then going out quite early in New York. I think it was second or third round. So it was, I think, from the end of year finals where she gets to the semi-final, maybe she'll be disappointed in the way that went, but at least her group stage, winning all three matches, was very impressive. And then I think some good performances, and it looked like she was extremely relaxed and enjoying the situation in the doubles with Tsitsipas, as well as a few wins. The defeat to Trevisan is a disappointment in a way, and does fit the narrative with Sakkari that she doesn't, a lot of these super tight matches that go deep in the third set, she ends up losing. And that was another one, which is arguably the match of the tournament, by the way. And I do want to say something as well on Sakkari and the Netflix series. A lot of people in the live chat talking about the Netflix series. I'm hoping on the 13th of January, which I think is Friday, I'm hoping that when the Netflix series drops, I'm going to watch all of those episodes. And if the time works out well, we'll do a live show as well on Friday for that at Talking Tennis. We'll see what time it is. Do you have any idea? I mean, I think it's going to be 4 or 5 episodes all released on the same day. Do we know what time?
5. No, the time. What time? No, I have to be honest.
No, I don't know whether I
Um,
don't know how it works with Netflix. Whether they say midday Central European time, on they go. Maybe we'll just have to keep refreshing our Netflix pages.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I have to check. I don't know, but yeah, I think that Sakari could be thumbs up anyway because um, she ended well the year because she started with the final in Indian Wells. She ended with the final in Guadalajara, another 1000 final. And then yeah, the WTA finals too, winning some good matches, all both in singles and doubles. Yeah, she lost to Trevisan, but uh, I don't know. I sometimes we should also look at the other side of the net. And I'm gonna say that Martina Trevisan played one of the matches of her life.
You remember the celebration?
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. It was great. And by the way, Sakari, listen, Sakari was
Not
close to
happy.
older. I mean, listen, I don't mind. I don't mind too much. You lose a match, it's not easy, especially when it's so close. And by the way, the reason I mentioned Sakari is because in Point Break, apparently the defeat she had to Krejcikova in Paris a couple of years ago at the French Open, I believe she touches on it in the series and talks about how tough she found that very narrow defeat to Krejcikova in Roland Garros. So that's one of the reasons I brought that up. Ghosty, we will definitely, by the way, just a few episodes I definitely want to try and do this week. There's 6 days left, basically before the Australian Open gets underway. I'm going to be doing more episodes with David regarding Liam Brody, and he'll be in action in about 5 or 6 hours, I think, down under in qualifying. So hopefully those episodes will continue, and we'll hopefully, fingers crossed, Liam makes it to the first round in Melbourne. So there'll be more of those episodes. We'll definitely be doing one on the draw. I don't know when the draw will take place, Thursday or probably Friday, I guess.
Thursday, I think.
Thursday
it should be
night,
Thursday,
maybe?
12th.
Maybe after it'll be in the evening in Australia because
yeah, it should be evening.
Qualifying is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So maybe after qualifying Thursday night. Pretty sure because Liam's in action tomorrow in the qualifying, in his first qualifying match. So unless he's going to play 2 qualifying matches on Wednesday, then which I don't think he will. So I'm guessing the draw could be Thursday night. Could be Thursday night after they might do the qualifiers.
I think Thursday night.
Thursday night Australian time, and therefore Thursday morning maybe in Europe.
Yeah, I think yes.
We'll do a show. Sorry, Mao. I'm just going to say we're going to do a show on that for sure. We'll probably do a show on Breakpoint sometime after it airs, either on Friday or on Saturday, and then maybe even a preview. Plus, I'll probably want to do something on the challengers, or sorry, not the challengers, the qualifiers, if you like. I'll do a show on that, probably with Damien, like I did for the new US Open in September. So yeah, lots of episodes, and I'll try and get them all in before Mario, Damien, and I go at it full speed on Sunday night for certainly the first week, anyway. Sorry,
no,
I've interrupted you, Mario.
No, I'm reading something good in the chat. Yeah, and so yeah, thank you.
I just want to mention Trevisan again. Maybe people in the chat, by the way, have no idea what I'm doing. I'll see if I can find it somewhere and share it. But listen, maybe Trevisan is in our thumbs up. She had some good results. Cam Norrie definitely. Tsitsipas definitely. Berrettini, yeah, just because of that really good win over Rude. Taylor Fritz, yes. But Fritz did lose a match, didn't he, to Cam Norrie?
Yeah, the only match he lost. Yeah. But it was very close. that one. So given how Nori was playing, it can be okay.
Yeah, it can be. And of course, 5 sets will be different. And yeah, if you said to me in a couple of weeks from now, one of Cam Norrie or Taylor Fritz are in the final, I would probably go Taylor Fritz, probably having the slightly better chance. But okay, listen, any final thoughts? Poland losing 5-0 in the final to USA. Was that a bit disappointing?
Because I think that
Oh,
Turkac is a
semi-final,
thumbs
semi-final.
down for this United Cup. He lost to Berrettini in the
Turkac,
city
yeah.
final, and then he lost against Fritz, playing not so well in the important moments because he had the chances in both sets. But he's not really been able to try to do something better with his forehand. No, I think that it's a thumbs down, in my opinion.
And what about the final in general between the US and Italy? What were your thoughts on that? I mean, it's 4-0 in the end.
Yeah, 4-0, no sets won by Italy. A match ended by retirement. Musetti retired against Tiafoe for a shoulder injury. I think that it's gonna be okay for the Australian Open. Yeah, so no, not very much to say. I think that yeah, probably Musetti could have done something more, but if he was injured, then it was very difficult. And yeah, probably Berrettini could have won a set at least against the Fritz. I don't know. There's not a lot to say because it was a one-sided final. So yeah, they've been stronger, and just the Team USA, and yeah, they deserve the win like they did in the world competition. They went like 9-0 in semifinals and final. So yeah, it tells a lot.
It does. And this is the little moment. I'm just going to play it for a couple of seconds. Hopefully you can see it. This is the celebration that she did. There you go.
Yeah.
There we go, Martina. Good for you. That was the one. But yeah, so anyway, listen, good luck and well done to the Americans. And I think we've touched upon pretty much every player. Musetti, I guess, are we doing thumbs up or thumbs up, Tiafoe? What are we thinking about Musetti? He beat the world number 279 and
yeah,
481.
Yeah, I think that yeah. So he broke the top 20, by the way,
Okay.
today. Yeah, he's number 19. But yeah, nothing special in my opinion. So yeah, some nice performances, but not much to take in my opinion.
Yeah, of course, Fabio Fognini may have been useful in the.
Yeah, tonight there's been a little bit of an argument between him and Jensen Brooksby.
Oh my goodness! Well, those two. I mean, what have they played each other? Have they today? I didn't know that.
Yeah, in Auckland.
Oh my.
Brooksby didn't say sorry after a lucky net, and Fognini went to him to tell him, "You have to tell me sorry." And yeah, a little argument, nothing too big, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know that, but those two, I mean, that's a combination for trouble. Anyway, let's see if they play each other. Yeah, Fabio against Brooksby, Dominic. Let's see if they play each other in Melbourne. That'd be great. There'll be a lot of fireworks there. Okay, listen, let's move on from the United Cup. We've done that to the death. Let's talk about this man because he was pretty impressive last week. Novak Djokovic winning his 92nd title of his career, equaling Rafa Nadal's record in that sphere, if you like. I think only Federer, Ivan Lendl have won more. I might be missing a player on that list.
Lendl 94, Federer 103, and Connors 109.
Okay, Jimmy Connors. So yeah, so 3 players there ahead of him, but I'm sure he'll be gobbling them up pretty soon, especially if he plays like he did last week. Faced a championship point, found it quite difficult in one of the early rounds against a French guy. I think it was 7-6, 7-6, the name
Hallis.
of which Hallis, exactly. But Medvedev was really easy, probably much easier than maybe even we imagined. And then the final, which was pretty epic. Did you watch the final?
Yeah. It's been a very good match. The best performance by Novak has been in the semi-final for sure. In the final, played at least at the beginning a little bit. I would say less great. But yeah, still proving that he's a mental giant. Even if it's like 250 finally, he wants to give it all because he doesn't want to let his opponents to believe to be able to beat him. Korda believed, and rightfully, because he had a championship point, played an amazing match, and that's what I'm expecting from Sebastian Korda. I think he has the potential to play this kind of finals, and even against the great opponent like Novak Djokovic. But yeah, he is 34 love since 2019 in Australia. He won another title. What to say? It's been a fantastic week of preparation because of some close matches and some easier matches with the higher level performances. So both kind of matches he faced. And yeah, then the final, saving a championship point with a smash, taking a personal revenge. But yeah, what to say? Thumbs up for both the players in the peak, because
Definitely.
We must congratulate also Sebastian Korda because he played an amazing week, an amazing final. He lost a very close match, but soon he's gonna able to lift more trophies. His record in the finals is not good. He lost a lot of finals sometimes, but I think that the trend is gonna change, like it was for Geraliassim. Once you turn things around, you're able to win, and he has a great potential. So I'm also impressed by how he played. He started the season strong, and he's a threat at the Australian Open.
Yes, I think he is. And again, he falls into this category of if the draw is okay, and that basically means not in the same side as Novak, he can make the final. The problem, of course, for numbers 1 and 2, in particular, say Rafa, in terms of the draw, he's not going to be in the same half of the draw as Casper Ruud. Well, he would probably like to be in the same half of the draw as Casper Ruud, obviously being 1 and 2. So you're going to probably want probably Casper Ruud among those two if you're Novak or whoever. But to be honest, if you're Novak, you probably don't care. But okay, listen, I'm going to give you a few options, and I want you just to give me a name who is more likely to, let's say make the final of the Australian Open, okay? Sebi Korda or Francis Tiafoe?
Sebi Korda. In my opinion, he sometimes he in the last year, I'm thinking he lost some very close battles even in this final, but I think that he has I have very positive feelings about him. So yeah, I'm probably picking Sebastian Korda.
Okay. Which one from Denis Shapovalov or Lorenzo Musetti? One of them is getting to the final. Let's say getting to the final.
It's I'd say Shapovalov.
Okay.
I think probably it's about the same speech, but I think probably he's a little bit more experienced. Let's say this.
Berrettini or Cam Norrie?
Who knows? Cam Norrie.
I'm going Berrettini. So I'm British and I'm going Berrettini, and you're Italian going Cam Norrie.
Yeah, these are difficult questions because it's basically the same level. But yeah, probably for this Grand Slam, I'm picking Cameron Norrie.
Felix or Medvedev?
Felix.
Okay. Casper Ruud or Andrei Rublev?
Casper Ruud. And this
Okay.
is a bit easier for me. Not because I don't believe in Andrei Rublev, but I think that Casper Ruud is mentally a little bit above him.
Fritz or Rune?
Taylor Fritz. Probably a bit more ready.
Fine. Tsitsipas or Nadal?
Okay, I'm going with Tsitsipas, but you never know.
No, you don't. But at least Tsitsipas, of course, as we've already said, will be on the opposite side to Djokovic. Nadal, 50-50. So there we go. Ghosty there, pretty sure that of Rafa, and he's also going for Rune, but I know he's
we disagree.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, what about this one? One of these two is making the semi-finals in Melbourne. Dominic Thiem or Sasha Zverev?
It's very difficult for both. I don't know why I was more confident about Thiem, but he lost a bad match recently in Adelaide. Well, I'm going with Thiem. Probably is in a better physical shape. Probably not that Zverev is in a bad physical shape, but I think that in his first matches he has to find the confidence to move in some way to after having suffered an injury like that. I don't know, probably you are a bit I don't want to say scared because you're not scared, but 99%, and then you have to, with time, you have to find 100% of your movement and your confidence.
Yeah. Listen, Aslan Karatsev got to the Australian Open semi-finals in 2021, so anything is certainly possible. Okay, listen, I think we've done the men pretty much. I know there was a little nod to Griekspoor winning in India, but let's get to the women because there was a couple of decent tournament wins. Coco Gauff in Auckland, possibly benefiting from Raducanu going out injured, because I really think maybe Raducanu could have got to that final. Who knows? But Gauff winning pretty much every match that she played in straight sets. Kenan offering the biggest opponent. I heard some commentators saying that Coco Gauff's forehand looked okay. The serve looked okay. But then I did speak to Jack yesterday, and in particular regarding the forehand, if it's not under pressure, maybe it can look okay. Yeah. And given the opponent, she was the top-ranked player. She went on to win. She won in straight sets every round. Is Coco Gauff a possible contender in Australia? For me, not quite.
I'm gonna say that probably not yet. Yeah, he reached the final in Roland Garros, but probably on clay is one of the top 2-3 players. On hard, there's a little bit more competition. I don't know. Probably it's not so much to take away from that tournament. She played some good matches. She was a clear favorite in all of them. She did quite well because she lost. She dropped few games. Yeah, she can be a contender, but Sabalenka proved more than her. Even the kind of tournament was different. Let's see. Why not? She has a great talent. I see her winning a slam at least in the future.
She will. And Ghosty makes a good point about her growing up on hard courts.
Yeah,
But
no.
for one reason or another, I do think she's better on clay. By the way, we've just got a like on Facebook. If you are watching us on Facebook, give us a like. If you're watching us on Twitter, give us a retweet. LinkedIn as well. I think we're on there right now as well. Give us a like there too. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, join us in the comments below. If you comment on Facebook right now, as long as it's not offensive, I'll put it on the screen because we don't get so many Facebook comments during our live chats. Take care, D. Nice to have you on board today. But yeah, listen, listen, Coco Gauff is going to win a slam. I'm sure of that. She may well be a slam contender far more often. I just think that maybe Australia might be a bit too early for her.
Probably, yes.
Dominic, take care. Thank you very much as well for the super chat as well. Thanks very much and take care. We are very grateful for you coming on board today. Sabalenka, for me, she is joint second favorite along with Pegula and maybe Garcia as well. I mean, listen, you could make an argument for any of those three, but probably she's pulled away from Sakari, if you like, from that group of contenders, I would say. She was very impressive in Adelaide, right?
Yeah, she's been impressive. I remembered her in Adelaide last year. She was struggling a lot with her serve. She wasn't the player we used to know. And watching her this year, after having ended the year with a big final in Fort Worth, she started very well. I still believe that the technical with her backhand, with her forehand, she has some weapons, and she's able in a good day to beat literally everyone. I think that probably her and Pegula is like only one step behind Swiatek, but I think that she's also been in 3 Grand Slam semifinals. She gained experience, and I think she won't have many problems in this case. I find her very, very calm on court in this week, in these last tournaments. Kudos also to Linda Noskova, who did an amazing run, because a breakthrough player did amazing thing. A great match against Azarenka, I remember, but not only against, she beat the Jabeur. But I think Sabalenka is in a right mindset, and so I know, even because she's serving pretty well, and that could be the key for her.
Who else? What about Garcia? How serious a contender is she? Is it fair to say she's joint second favorite with Sabalenka and Pegula?
I think Sabalenka and Pegula are a little bit higher. I think. Okay. Of course, Garcia has her chances. We know that she's able of winning great titles because she did twice last year, and not only last year. I don't know. I'm saying Sabalenka and Pegula also because we've seen more from them in these first days of the new season. Of course, she's a great player, but I think that Sabalenka has something more in the power kind of game, and Pegula is gonna be a threat because she did very well in Australia in 2021 and 2022. And because she's amazing on the return and handling the rally, changing directions, and that's the reason why I think that probably they're a little bit higher in this particular moment.
Yeah, and maybe some people, some fans as well of Jabeur might be thinking, what about Jabeur? I'm putting her in the third category. By the way, Swiatek is here, but it's close. Swiatek is favorite for me. And by the way, it also wouldn't surprise me if a player we haven't even mentioned goes on to win it, because I do think whereas Djokovic is a long way ahead of the field, I think Swiatek is close. But I think you could make an argument for and against all of these players, whether it be Garcia, Sabalenka, and Pegula, who I've just
Yeah,
mentioned
of
in my
course.
sort of second category. I would probably put Jabeur and Sakkari maybe in a third category, perhaps with Coco Gauff, and maybe Kazatkina as well. So Simona Halep, of course, will be absent. Maybe Bencic would be in that third category. I always think there's a chance for her on the hard court, but she does seem to excel a bit more in the team events, but also perhaps more around the sort of North American swing time of the year. Had admire, yeah, maybe in that sort of slightly sort of, third or fourth group, if you like. Krejcikova. Okay, Krejcikova. She could come from nowhere and win the title. Honestly,
Yeah,
she could.
I
She could.
agree. Yeah, I
She
agree.
could. She surprised us when she won her first major. She's been there. She's seen it. She's done it. I'm not saying that she's going to win it, and I wouldn't even make her like in that second group. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if she did win it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how you feel about her.
Krejcikova's tennis amazes me. It's incredible. I think that she also has a lot of experience. She must not forget that he has not only won a major title in singles, but a lot of major titles in doubles. She won the mixed doubles title at the Australian Open before. She has the career Grand Slam in doubles, the gold medal, the Olympic gold medal, the WTA finals. She's won basically everything, even if in a different, even if in doubles. But she played also a very good match against Swiatek in Ostrava last year, because she's been able to win a close battle, which is different than winning against her, overpowering her, and like did 6-2, 6-3 or something like that. Because when it comes to fight, to have to stay calm mentally, to enjoy the moment and play point by point, Krejcikova is an amazing player. So yeah. I agree that she can she can upset. She can do some upsets.
She certainly can, and also, yeah, probably Zheng Qinwen would be another one that would be just, that would be a surprise, I guess, but it wouldn't be the biggest surprise, just because, I make Swiatek the favorite, but then after her, there's so many reasons that make me think Sabalenka won't do it, Sakkari won't do it, even
Yeah, I
Pegula
know.
and these players.
Yeah, I know.
There's so many. They're there talent wise, So therefore, then suddenly Krejcikova is in the mix, if you like. Suddenly, then Qin Zheng is there, and you're thinking maybe, who knows?
Yeah, you're right. Also,
So
because best of three format is is there are more upsets, in my opinion. it's a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but yeah, best of 5. Sometimes the experienced guy always find a way to turn things around. And also, yeah, because we've seen this film before with Sabalenka, Sakari, and that's the reason why there are some kind of doubts. Different is the case of Jessica Pegula, because last year Swiatek beat her a lot of times in Grand Slams. So she, we haven't seen, we really haven't seen her in a Grand Slam great match like in the semi-final and the final. So probably with her we can be like, why not? But yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, if you're watching retrospectively, or even if you're watching right now, get in the comments on the live chat and tell me who is winning the winning the Women's Australian Open. I'm gonna be very boring and not take a risk and still stick with Swiatek. But yeah, if you are watching retrospectively, get in the comments below and let me know who you think is going to win the men's Australian Open, especially if you think it's not going to be Djokovic. Okay, listen, any final thoughts, Mario, before we bring this show to an end?
I thought you were asking me to predict my Australian Open win.
Tell me your Australian Open winner on the women's side. I'm not even interested in the men's, to be honest.
I'm going to go with Petra Kvitova.
Oh!
The only concern for me is physical.
Okay.
But level and confidence-wise, he's there.
Okay.
She's there.
Good for you, Mario. Nice to hear that prediction. I will play us out with the same thing I did at the intro. So I'm going to play the music now, guys. You can answer some of the questions that I'm posing, that I posed in the intro. You can answer those questions in the live chat, or you can answer the questions that I'm about to play for you in the comments below. I'm going to say, Mario, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you. Thank you.
And to the rest of you, I want you to answer these questions in the comment section below this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.